Steve Stockman and Trevor Stevenson. It's good to see you. I'm delighted to hear that we're approaching publication day for your book, From Killing Fields to Fields of Life. And you've been writing this together over the past few years. And it'd be great to hear more about the book today. First of all, Trevor, what inspired you to write the book, to tell your story in this way?
Thanks, Tony. I think why I was inspired to write the book was, one, my mentor when this whole project started, who's now deceased, Roland Hutchison. He was always on at me, you need to write down the story of Fields of Life so other people can read it, because we're not going to be around forever. So that was always in the back of my mind. But then as more and more people joined the organization, more people came on the staff team, I thought it'd be useful for them to know how Fields of Life started in the first place, and get to know a little bit more about why or how we started. And so that was really why I decided to start writing, never having done anything like this in my life before.
And Steve, how would you sum up the book? If you were to kind of sum it up in one sentence, how would you describe this book?
Well, I think it's a book full of the drama that a book needs, but at the bottom line, it's one person's faithful story to the call of God in their lives. And the wonderful thing about Trevor is, and he doesn't mind me saying it, that he's a very ordinary human being who just took the next step. And when he took the next step, he found himself in places and he listened for the next step. And today, where the book ends and beyond the book, there are all these people across the world doing amazing things because he took that first step.
And so I thought it would be good to talk about some of parts of the story that are in the book. So first of all, Trevor, could you tell us a little bit about that flight home from your first trip to Uganda? Tell us that story.
Yeah. I had gone out to Uganda. I was asked to visit a project in Uganda. I had never been to the development world before. And they were wanting advice on an agricultural project. And so I had gone to give them advice. Now, the advice was that they needed more land. It was simple as that. They didn't have enough land to grow crops, keep animals, and everything to do with agriculture. So I told them my advice was, you need more land. So that was fine. I thought, enjoyed a week in Uganda, seeing how the other half of the world lives. And on that flight home, I just felt that still small voice. Wasn't audible, but I could hear it was pounding through my head. What are you going to do about what you've just seen? So I felt there was two answers. One, I could do nothing at all, or one, I could try to help them to purchase more land. And so I knew one would have been an act of disobedience, one would have been an act of obedience. So I felt when I came home, well, the best thing to do is share it first with my wife, Ruth, then with the church. And both Ruth and the church felt, yeah, this is what we need to do. We need to raise money to buy more land. So that was, it was a long flight home. Even though it is a long flight, it was even longer because this was just going through my head the whole time. So it was, it was one of those moments where I just felt God speaking in a very loud and clear way.